Alright, let's dive into something that's both mind-boggling and incredibly futuristic. Have you ever imagined astronauts floating in space, not just conducting experiments, but doing so with VR headsets on? Sounds like a scene straight out of a sci-fi movie, right? Well, that's exactly what Hong Kong astronaut Lai Ka-ying has been up to aboard the Chinese space station as part of the Shenzhou 23 mission. And let me tell you, this isn't just cool, it's a game-changer for how we understand human adaptability in space. What makes this really interesting is the sheer variety of experiments Lai and the crew are involved in. I mean, think about it, they're not just floating around taking in the view. They're performing ultrasound scans on muscle groups, measuring grip strength, and even interacting with robots. But the VR experiments? That's where things get truly fascinating. Lai is wearing a VR headset to conduct behavioral tests, both individually and in collaboration with others. Personally, I think this is a huge leap forward in studying how humans perceive and interact in microgravity. It's not just about the data, it's about understanding how our brains adapt to such an alien environment. One thing that immediately stands out is the multi-person collaborative interface experiment. Imagine trying to coordinate with someone while both of you are essentially weightless, wearing VR gear that alters your perception of space. What this really suggests is that we're not just testing technology here, we're testing the limits of human cooperation under extreme conditions. From my perspective, this could have massive implications for future long-duration missions, like a trip to Mars, where teamwork and mental resilience will be just as critical as technical skills. Now, let's talk about the robot interaction tests. The crew is working with a robot to conduct tactile interaction experiments, which will help optimize how robots move and behave in space. What many people don't realize is that robots are going to be essential for space exploration. They'll handle tasks that are too dangerous or repetitive for humans. But here's the kicker, these robots need to be intuitive and responsive. The data collected from these experiments will likely shape the design of future space robots, making them more adaptable and useful. If you take a step back and think about it, this is the foundation for a future where humans and robots work seamlessly together in space. Another detail I find fascinating is the use of a structured light 3D camera to capture the astronauts' postures while using the space treadmill. This isn't just about tracking exercise routines, it's about understanding how the human body adapts to prolonged periods of weightlessness. What this really implies is that we're still learning the basics of how to keep astronauts healthy in space. In my opinion, this kind of research is critical if we're serious about establishing a permanent human presence beyond Earth. If you ask me, the work Lai Ka-ying and the Shenzhou 23 crew are doing is more than just a series of experiments, it's a blueprint for the future of space exploration. We're not just sending humans into space, we're figuring out how to live, work, and thrive there. This raises a deeper question. What does it mean to be human when we're no longer bound by the constraints of our home planet? Personally, I think we're on the cusp of answering that question, and it's both exhilarating and humbling. So here's my closing thought. As we watch these astronauts conduct VR experiments, interact with robots, and push the boundaries of what's possible, let's not forget the bigger picture. This isn't just about scientific discovery, it's about expanding our understanding of what it means to explore, adapt, and evolve as a species. What do you think? Are we ready for a future where space isn't just a destination, but a way of life? Let me know in the comments below.